All right, boys, let's see how the Jolvargs will treat us. We're level 36 on the Monk. We got our new found eye patch of plunder. Let's actually get that buff up to an hour. I wonder if I have to recast it to do that. Probably obviously not. Well, but I just see, now that's weird. So I logged out and logged in, it was only at 14 minutes, but right now when I log out and log in, it's gonna bump it to an hour. That seems weird. Anyways, as you can see here, we are level 36 and we are 83% into the level. We're gonna kill some of these Jolvargs. As you can also see, I have a ton of cash on me still. My bags are still full. I told myself I was gonna take care of that, and I didn't, because I'm very forgetful. But here we are at the old Jolvarg spot in Firona Vie. Let's just grab a dude and get going. So we can see that the haste buff did go up to 59 minutes, or to an hour. But we're gonna bang out this level for sure, and we're just gonna grind some Jolvargs for a bit. Still tons of dark blues. I think we saw a white a little bit ago. Why am I so slow? Oh yeah. So I forgot, the higher level you get, the more the fungal regrowth on the staff slows you down. So we are quite slow with it now. Now I think I said this once before, but I came over here a few levels ago and I killed him. This was, you know, pre eye patch, pre all that kind of stuff, and just a few levels lower, so these were higher. I think a majority of them were white or higher. Take him down. All right, let's get rid of that. Oh. We don't have to wear it all the time. Ooh, we got light blue. Ooh, that is a gang of light blues. Let's go take a look at the, let's go take a look at the backyard. I don't want to kill two at once. It's kind of annoying. Oh, did I get him? We're killing two at once. I pushed sneak, but it did not engage. It failed or whatever. Also, I think I got stunned when I was trying to put the fungal regrowth on. You could always feign death and drop him, but let's just go ahead and kill him. Might set us back a little bit. The XP, once again, the XP here in Firona Vie is nothing great. It's not like super duper. These mobs are just exceptionally easy. They don't have a ton of life. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit. So lately, having Google Chrome up on my second monitor is just causing like jittering in when I'm playing a game on my main monitor. And it's only started to happen recently. But what's crazy is I'll be watching YouTube, and when I have it like full screened and playing, everything's going fine, there's no lag or anything. And then the video will end, and it'll just be sitting on the end screen. Like, I don't have autoplay on, so it's just sitting on the end screen. And say, you know, I'm in the middle of something, so I'm not gonna choose something to watch yet. It starts lagging then. It's really weird. When it's doing nothing, this is when it starts to lag. And I know Google Chrome uses a lot of memory and all that. I am aware of that. I've been aware of that. It's just never been a problem. Suddenly it is. So, might have to join the dark side and move over to Foxfire or something. Don't know why I went on that tangent, but there it is. But I've noticed all I do is minimize well, we kind of need it, so we'll just suffer. And we'll walk slowly to our next targets. All I do is minimize the Google Chrome, and then it goes away. Or start a video. Alright. So going swimmingly. XP goes pretty fast. You can see my XP per hour is over 100. I don't think we'll maintain that. We could bust a pot. Should we bust a pot? Let's bust a pot. We got 10 on that. 1 on that. Let's get rid of this. Dude. Why is he hitting me so hard? That is a long cast. Okay. I also still need to buy throwing stuff. Like, I just refuse to go to... I do go to town sometimes, but yeah, I mean, no, but... It's no excuse. I can sneak around town and try to use vendors and stuff, and I just haven't been doing it. Oops. I just have not been doing it. But especially with something on like, you know, the staff, which is making me nice and slow like. Throwing something, probably a spear, even though they're heavy. They have the longest range. Something like that would be nice so that you don't have to inch your way towards the mob. No bards in town today, which is good. It's like hit or miss whether I run into a bard here or not. I'm gonna goblin up on the poles. I tried to turn in the teeth. That's something that we can talk about, man. Thread the needle here. I think I might have brought this up before, but I tried to gather some teeth when I was here the first time. This was what I was saying earlier, when I was here a few levels ago. Gathered some teeth up, and I went to try to turn them in. There is a way to get in from the water, but I was like, I'm just gonna sneak through town, should be no problem. And again, I was even lower level, so I was probably like 32 or 33. And I just got blasted. Like, these NPCs are seeing me from far away. There's like pilgrims running every direction. And then I was able to recover my body, but it was risky. And I just didn't want to do it again. It took me so long to get back. It took me like 40 minutes to get back. And mind you, I'm taking like, I mean, when I die, I go to above the pots room. So I'm already in Timorous Deep, so I just swam to the good people boat, the good race boat, waited for the boat, got on the boat. That took me to Firona Vie. You think, oh, that sounds quick. It's not too bad, you're already there. No, that took like 40 freaking minutes. I don't know if I just missed the boat or what, but, and you would think being in Ixar, your swimming's already high. My swimming's like maxed out for my level, and it's not that fast, so it took me forever to swim there. And then I think I had to wait pretty much max duration for that damn boat. And then the boat ride's not short. And then we'll include, like, after Pussyfoot, like, I can't just ride the boat. When the boat gets close, I gotta jump off. Because those freaking guards see you from the dock. When you're on the boat, they see you from the dock and they just charge your ass and kill you. Whoops. Oh well. Okay, I think we can use boots a little here. So I actually did aggro them on this most recent time when I was coming here. I parked myself here the other day so that I could just log in and get a quick session. Been busy. What's new? Not all of it is Work's fault. I have, like I said, I think in the previous video, I am playing a little bit of Diablo. Having fun. Probably You know? Getting towards the end already, it all happens so fast. Diablo just comes and goes, it's a flash in the pan. But I've been having fun. And tonight, I have a date with the NBA Finals, Game 1. Ooh, dang. Level 37, let's go. So let's see how much we could pound out in the next hour. So the first few days of the TLP launch, I was watching, you know, some streams and stuff. But after about 2 days, like, the people I was watching stopped streaming. I'm not saying they stopped playing, but they stopped streaming. I think everybody likes to take a couple days off, you know, of work for launches like that. And so you have more time to stream and just do, like, at least, like, long streams and stuff. But they probably, you know, ended up going back to work, and then it's harder for them to find time or long periods to sit at their desk and stream and stuff. But so I haven't really seen anything since. But I was really curious about this TLP because they're stuck at level 50 in Luckland for a long time. And eventually they'll get 51 in AAs, but I wanted to see all the sweaties. I wanted to see, like, what they're gonna do, you know? I want to see them try to take down Luckland raids at level 50 with next to no gear. I'm always watching Zaid's channel. Does a ton of good videos, but he's got the Drama Quest podcast series thing. And, you know, most of those episodes are them talking about the sweaties doing their races when a new TLP comes out and they race every expansion launch. I thought this would be the most exciting of that. But I haven't found anything. Maybe y'all know somebody who's doing a little something. Dude, hit for 70 with this staff. Pretty wild at this level. And it's a fast staff. It's not like it's, you know, a banger of a staff. I mean, it is a banger of a staff, but it's not like it's like a super blunt force trauma, heavy hitting staff. But that's why they removed it from the game, I suppose. Not this one, but the actual original. Well, they didn't remove it from the game. They stopped it from dropping. That's what I'm trying to spit out. Gonna try this weekend to get some footage. Gonna try to play with the boys, Sendrith and the boys. Try to get a session in. Not sure which character. Not sure if it would be like the monk and in this level range, or I know it's his dying dream to have like a full monk group where everybody just feigns death all the time to lose aggro, and then regenerates with all of the various ways of regeneration when you're in XR with double fungi. So maybe that'll come to fruition, not sure. Otherwise, I got the Necro can always use XP because I'm always dying. And the Wizard, I'm always down to play the Wizard as well. He's now 51. And is starting to grind a bit. But I got a couple of other buddies too, who are leveling characters in their 50s. And, you know, they said as soon as this character gets, like, up there, like, basically to 50, they'll be down to group and do some crazy stuff, whatever it is. A lot of Carners, probably. Carners is turning out to be the spot. You go to Charduk, there's 0 people there. Charduk's a pile of crap. It's difficult. It's really difficult. It's not worth it. We're just gonna kill this light blue, I guess. Charduk is just not worth it. Plus, nobody in this game on this server wants to ruin their rep. Even though it's like the easiest thing to get up. Turn in a couple stacks and boom, you're done. Stacks are cheap as hell. But it is what it is. The other option is Sebalus, but you know what's crazy about Sebalus? Is there's 7 people there. How crazy is that? It's prime time right now. It is, well, it's 4 o'clock Western time, Pacific Coast time, which means it's 7 o'clock Eastern time, which is where most people really are. And there's 7 people in Charduk. Pretty crazy. But you who all Velkators, can I just do Velks? How dare you? Who all Velkator? Okay. And the list was cut too short. That's where the entire server is. If you are level 50 plus and looking for a group, you are in Velkators. How many groups does Velkators support? 5? Maybe 5? Upper dogs, lower dogs, inner castle, outer castle. Spiders? That's 5. I'm sure you could squeeze something in somewhere else. Maybe not. I don't know. But the entire server is there. Minus 7 people. And who all Charduk? There's gonna be like 1 dude. Who all Charduk? 1 level 50 cleric. What are you doing, level 50 cleric? Just hanging out. Maybe he's doing quest stuff. Turning in rep. Sitting there LFG. He doesn't have LFG on, but that'd be funny. Sitting there LFG. Blood-soaked note. I wish I could turn that in, my guy. But I will get blasted. Not willing to try it. Willing to try it. You know what? I should have, amongst selling some stuff and coining up and all of that, I should have bought some invis pots. Because I could definitely do the turn-ins with invis pots. I should have done that. What an idiot. I could be collecting all of these fangs. But in reality, I wanted to try it at like 32 when I came here the first time, 32 or 33. Because you might actually get XP at those levels, because at level 40 you get 0 on this server. But oh well, it's too late for that now. Tonight we dine on Drolvarg soup. Pretty easy grind so far, for obvious reasons, but you know, I mean, I feel it. It's getting harder. It's getting a little more difficult. Even though we got a massive upgrade with the eye patch, massive upgrade with the eye patch. So that's kind of halted the difficulty of you know, increased difficulty. Is the Nintendo Switch 2 out today? I pre-ordered one. I got lucky enough to pre-order one. from Target, like, what was that, like a month and a half, 2 months ago, on that pre-order day. They ended up delaying it a little bit, but so it is what it is. But I had to work at 4 a.m. that day, the next day, so I set an alarm for 9 p.m. I set it for 8:55 p.m. And in reality, I didn't even fall asleep yet. I think I was trying to fall asleep. But I had an alarm go off so that I could be like, oh, let me get on my phone and buy the Switch 2. But I had actually this crazy coupon. It was 15% off any purchase from Target. I don't even know where it came from. I just opened the app and it was there. And I was like, no shit. I was like, if I get this Switch, 15% off of, $400 or whatever it was. That's, that's $60. It's huge. And everything worked out. The site was a pile of shit for about 10 minutes, but I got a purchase after like 10 minutes of refreshing and trying to get in. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like at first I was like, do I really want to play these games? Or should I just sell it for like a crap load? I was like uncertain which I wanted to do. Just trying to see if any games were going to be like announced between buying it, pre-ordering it, and it coming out. Nothing's really, except for a rumor. Now the rumor is it's Zelda's 40th anniversary next year. And the rumor is Ocarina of Time complete remake. Now that's worth me having a Switch for. The other thing is I have a ton of ROMs, so I got like if the game came on a cartridge, I got the ROM plus some other PlayStation and stuff. But I just have a massive ROM library on my computer, so I could just play ROMs. But something is fascinating about for $15 a month or whatever it is, you get that Nintendo Direct or whatever it's called, Nintendo something. Monthly fee, and then you can like play on the Switch like a bunch of old cartridge games and stuff. And as much as I don't want another monthly sub, that's what we all need here, is one more monthly sub, even though I'm not paying one for this game. I kind of don't want the monthly sub, but I don't know. It kind of sounds cool to just be able to pull out the Switch anywhere and, play some classic games. Look at that guy get tossed. For a dark blue, dude got wrecked. We're getting 130% an hour since we leveled. We're at 26% in. These Drollvargs are wild. These are slept on. And I always say this, but I'm going to say it again, is this was always my bard place to go, just like every other bard, apparently. I used to come here on P99 all the time, but I never came here on any other character besides the bard. But it turns out that this place is really good for almost any character. These guys just don't have much life. Look at him just get shredded. And this, this goes for anything. This is, my solo self-found Beast Lord. Yeah, it's a Beast Lord. But it was solo self-found, hardcore. And he shredded these. So, my point of saying all of that is his gear wasn't crazy. Like this monk's gear is pretty good. But the Beast Lord didn't have really good gear. He just had whatever I got myself. And he shredded these into oblivion. Probably really good for any pet class. I bet you pets tank the shit out of these. And another thing is they're absolutely endless, right? You could have, let's look at the map. I'm just hanging out in the back here and they never end. But out in the front, you could have one guy over here, another guy over here, and probably one closer to this, like, whatever this is in the middle. You could probably have 4 people soloing at a grueling pace and you could still never run out. Because also, there's camps of them too. Like all throughout here, there's like camps of them as well. You could likely have like 5 or 6 people soloing here and never running out. It's pretty wild. And I think on the Beast Lord, I came late, but on the Beast Lord, I think I stayed here until I was like looking at an older video a while back when I was telling one of my friends about this spot. He came here on his monk, and so I was like trying to see how long I stayed here. I think I stayed here like 42 or 43 or something crazy. And a lot of them were like light blue at that point, but it didn't matter because you're killing them so fast. The light blues are just in your way, so you just kill them, but they die even faster. And I was still keeping a pace, a nice pace, even though it was like 50-50 light blues. Which isn't always the case. Yeah, that only works if you kill fast enough. I should probably put that on. Anyways, are any of you playing on the TLP? I know some people were just gonna go hop over there and get the, everybody likes the new server launch experience. It only happens once per server. I guess it kind of happens more often with each expansion, kind of, but that brand new day one of the server only happens once a server for obviously. And so people like to do that, even if they don't plan on being there for very long. They'll go over there, make a character, hang out for a few weeks, and then just bail. Happens with like World of Warcraft all the time. I myself am a sucker, for day one servers. I used to do that back in the day when I switched originally back in the day from EverQuest to World of Warcraft. So somewhere around 2004, 2005. I mean, I played World of Warcraft day one, but it was around TBC time when the first expansion was coming out, just around those times. This guy's kind of wrecking me. Snarler. I think these are the higher level ones. They started spinning out all these like fresh servers all the time. Seemed like every every 6 months there was like a fresh server. There was like this period they went through like that. And I was just a sucker. I just kept re-rolling. I was just like, I just want to play a new server. I just loved new servers. I still do. I still love new servers. But it has to be right, Like, there's a new TLP every year. But as much as I like new servers, I'm not playing the new TLP every year. In fact, the last time, it's been quite a while. So, I almost did this one, obviously, but didn't. It's got to be good. It's got to be worth it. You got to have some pals. And it could be fun. I like the fresh economy. I think that's the biggest thing. Is I really like the economy of games. I've talked about this a little bit. Really like the economy of servers and games and stuff. And with a new server comes a brand new economy, and you can try arbitrage and everything else. And just to try to get ahead and make a lot of your money early. And then you make your generational wealth. You try to get it early, which I didn't do on this server. What's crazy is when this server came out, I think it came out like right as like hardcore WoW was coming out. And it crippled my start of this server. Because I promoted this server before it came out. I think I had like 3 videos about Quarm before the server came out. So I was pumping it. I was like, this is a great idea. Love it. Love to hear it. Love everything about it. Level Up Larry did an interview with Secrets, and so like I covered, basically the cliff notes of that. I think it was like 2 hours. So I tried to, get that down into like 30 minutes of what I thought, my reaction to it, and what I thought was the important stuff. And And I don't know, there was like a couple other videos I think I made. But, when the server actually launched, it was just horrible timing. Because I've been playing hardcore World of Warcraft unofficially, unofficially for years. You know, from as far back as there was no add-on or anything. You had to record yourself 100% of the time to prove you haven't died. That was it. And then they ended up coming up with an add-on that'll track you, and I mean, I'm sure you could cheat it, but why is that making noise when I'm recording? That should be in streamer mode, as they call it. Anyway, Discord is pinging when you. For those of you who don't record, when you open up OBS, which is like the most popular recording software I gotta stop this. There, hold on a second. All right, taken care of. I don't know why. Anyways, when you load the OBS, it automatically puts Discord into streamer mode, and then there's a button where you can turn it off if you want. But I don't need my Discord pings going off, you know, an entire recording that has nothing to do with you, and it is only going to distract me. So how to get that. I don't know why I didn't automatically do it this time, but we got it taken care of. And now it's distracted me from what I was talking about in the first place. But it was about hardcore WoW and all that. Anyway, so when the news broke, you know, Quarm was coming out, super stoked for Quarm. The news also broke that hardcore WoW was coming out. Officially. Official hardcore WoW servers, when I had been playing hardcore WoW unofficially, on and off, you know, because I'm playing P99 on and off, and I'm playing, maybe not on and off as much as I'm playing them simultaneously, but sometimes I'll, you know, get into one a little more than the other. Kind of going back and forth, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And, so they both came out right around the same time, and I was like, man, how am I going to dump all of my time into both? Which is what I did, but I was like, how am I going to dump 8 hours a day into both? Like, at the time, I wasn't very busy at work at the time. And I think Hardcore WoW, I think, came out first. So I was already in the middle of Hardcore. Oh man, I gotta get that staff on. They kind of wreck you if you don't have a staff also. You will have to sit down for a minute here and there. Oh, mend went off though. Did it work? I think so. But I think Hardcore WoW came out first, and so I was already like going full steam on that. And then Quarm came out, and it was like, like I want to play Quarm so bad, but I'm like balls deep in, you know, this hardcore character, and I was hauling ass on that first character. And so, you know, Hardcore WoW, since it came out first, took precedent. But as hardcore do, you can, you know, I mean, you could play hardcore forever, but as hardcore does, typically you die, and typically you need a little break when you die, at least from the mode of hardcore. And that's the only kind of mode that gets me going for WoW. I honestly don't think I'll ever play WoW again outside of hardcore mode, because and also hardcore needs to be classic. Like, it can't be, I don't even think I would do hardcore Burning Crusade, which is the first expansion. I don't even think I could do that. It's got to be vanilla hardcore. That's it. And that's kind of how I feel about this as well. Here's the thing is, you know, I had fun on the Beast Lord, and, you know, I wouldn't mind doing something like that again. But the thing is like at some points, like you can't, like for instance, for World of Warcraft, you can't play retail hardcore. The game is so stupidly easy. I think the world record for leveling is like 3 hours. Level 1 to max level is like 3 hours. Like the game is it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And that's not the game anymore. The game isn't about leveling. The game is about being max level and rating and whatever. So I guess I shouldn't call it ridiculous. It's just a different game now. Oh, come on. Catch him. I need the staff. I need it on at all times. I'm weak. Hopefully that one outside doesn't come over here. No. Don't see me. You think I'd have Nightmare from Drollvargs, considering that's what killed my hardcore? He looked just like this one. Anyways, so I did play Quarm, obviously day one, and I did play Quarm simultaneously. I wasn't playing a complete assload of Quarm at the time. Like I wasn't playing 8 hours a day, like day one and so on. So I was only playing like, you know, maybe 6 hours every other day or something like that. And like I said, my work was really not busy at the time. So in that sense, it came out, come fucking on. I don't have attack on that whole time. We gotta drop him. Didn't believe me? Super. Let's leave this one. So, it took me a long time to level the Necromancer. Was my first character. It took me a long time to level him initially, because I was only putting in a few hours every other day or so, because I was still putting like 80% of my time into hardcore WoW, and then I was just playing this like 20% of the time. I was playing on my days off for sure, because on my days off I would have just more free time. I could spend the entire day playing games. But, okay, anyways, I eventually, you know, died on my character over there, and I made another one. I died again. And I do have 60s over there on Hardcore WoW. I do have multiple 60s. But, I'm just not interested in it right now. The mage is playing a bunch of Hardcore WoW. That's where he's been this whole time. Not this whole, yeah, pretty much this whole time. He's been over there. He hasn't played Quarm since before Kunark. He quit during Classic. I think he made it to 50. Pretty sure. And so his Necromancer's just sitting there at 50. And he took a break from everything for a while. And I'd say for about a year now he's been playing Hardcore WoW. Just hitting it hard. Try to get him to play some Diablo with me. But doesn't look like it. Anyways, what I was saying about it having to be like, you know, vanilla on WoW to play hardcore is that on like here I kind of feel the same way. It's got to be like basically P99 stuff to be hardcore in my eyes. So up to Velius. But like once Luckland comes out on this server, you could always set your own rules, like, you know, I can't go to Velius. I can't use the Nexus. I can't use Planes of Power stones and stuff like that. You can always set whatever your own rules that you want, but I feel like once Luckland comes out, that ship is sailed for me. So if I want to do another one of those characters, in my eyes, in my brain, in my feelings, it's got to be before Luckland comes out. And you know what? Like, to be perfectly honest, I don't think like a ton of people were excited for that character. I honestly don't. I don't think, you know, solo, because, you know, there was a lot of people saying, oh, you shouldn't do hardcore, just do solo self-found. Or you can do hardcore and self-found, but don't do solo. You know, everybody had like some sort of, they didn't, not every, I feel, you can't speak in absolutes, but I just feel like it wasn't like the most popular of characters. But that's the way I wanted to do it. I wanted to go like all or nothing, you know? I wanted to do the full shebang. And, in the end, I feel like it suddenly turned into everybody's favorite character in the end. Not to say people wouldn't have me do it differently. Like there's still people who would be like, don't do solo, just do self-found hardcore or something like that. Or don't do hardcore, just do self-found, I don't know. But regardless, I feel like by the end of it, I feel like everybody was, you know, they warmed up to it, they came around. And now, not only my character died, I feel like a lot of people, like, you know, are kind of like disappointed, like, damn. Shoot, who was it? Sorry. Oh my god. I'm gonna remember it like 2 minutes from now and be annoyed that I can't think of your screen name, your YouTube name right now. But somebody even said, you know, like, how do you go back to just like a regular character now, you know, after that? Because, you know, the stakes are high. Your gear sucks. Even though we got some good gear, but, you know, your gear sucks. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, can I just play some EverQuest without getting blown up? Thanks. And I feel that too, and that's what I mean when I talk about hardcore World of Warcraft. That's how I feel. I can't go back when it comes to Warcraft. I cannot go back. I'll never play. With 100% certainty, I will never play non-classic Warcraft ever again. Zero interest, not happening. Just like EverQuest. I will never play not some sort of classic-ish EverQuest. I will never play retail EverQuest. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not for me. It's not for me. There are billions of games out there. I play 0.00000000001% of those games. You can only play so many games. Those versions are not for me. That's my right. They could be for you, that's your right. Whatever. But I can tell you with absolute certainty, I will never, ever in my life play those unless somebody paid me like $1 million and was like, yo, play this game. I'll be like, all right. That would never happen though. So, I won't say that with certainty for things like, ooh, nice, an opal. For other variations, like a TLP, am I likely going to play an EverQuest TLP? Not likely. I almost did right now, but it's not likely. But I'm not going to say with absolute, I will never do that. You know what I mean? I might never do that again. But there's like a smidge of a chance that I might, you know? But when it comes to WoW, like, I have a lot of friends who still play. And even though I have friends that play, and they're like my real life friends I went to high school with and that kind of stuff, even though I just can't do it, man. Even though it's like sad, you know, you want to spend time with them and hang out with them and play games with them and stuff. I just can't do it, man. I don't know. It's just not fun. Might be fun for a week or two, but then it's just, you know, it's just not fun anymore. I still find EverQuest fun. I mean, classic WoW is still fun. The you know, classic of classic, like a brand new server launch, like we were talking about. Brand new server launch, hardcore classic. That's still fun. I played a little bit of the most recent one that came out, the anniversary servers that came out, whenever that was. I don't even remember. I made a character over there, played. That was fun. I have a level 60 there. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, I have a level 60 there. And I also got a Grand Marshal there. Grand Marshal Hunter on the non-hardcore server. And then I got a level 60 on the hardcore server. And nobody even knew about it. I did it at the same time as playing EverQuest. That was tough. I did take a month off of EverQuest in August. I took the entire month of August off. And that was during, I think, the Grand Marshal grind. And the year before that, I took 2 months off of EverQuest. I took August and September off. But I'm trying not to do that. You know, if I have to, you know, play once or twice a week. Try to get a video out. But just don't cold turkey for a month. Or cold turkey for 2 months. I don't think I want to do that. But you know, it happens sometimes. Burnout's real. Burnout happens with everything. Some people who watch this very video that I'm talking in, you know, you see, like I chat with people in the chat every video. They comment, you know, you talk back and forth a little bit, and then you don't see them for a few months, and then they come back, and you start talking to them again, and you don't see them for a few months. And in my mind, what is actually happening is they're also playing EverQuest, but when they put down the controller, put down the mouse and keyboard for, you know, like real life happens, whatever it is, and they got to put EverQuest down for, you know, a month or two or whatever, you know, you kind of stop watching the EverQuest videos, stuff like that. And that's very natural, very, very healthy and natural. So that happens with everybody on both sides of all equations. Sometimes you just need a break. Unfortunately, from like work and stuff, you can't just take like, you know what? I need like 2 months off of work. See ya, guys. You know, you can take like a week off, go on a vacation or something, and then you're back to it. But wouldn't it be nice just to be like, I just need like 2 months off. Recharge the batteries. Just doesn't work like that. I guess if you're a teacher, it kind of works like that, but you pay dearly for it. Teachers are, you know, criminally underpaid. And they end up having to do like summer school shit just to try to survive. So, I mean, it's not really, you're not really getting 2 months off. Maybe professors. Professors? Any professors out there? Maybe you get some time off. I don't know. Professional athletes? You get like a month or two off a year. You know? It's got to be these prestigious jobs. Why do I not have the staff on? Basically run the same speed. All right, where are we at? We're 78% in. I've been blabbing long enough. Our hours, we got 15 minutes. We're 78% into it. We're going to get the ding. We're going to get 2 dings. Double ding, double dinger. I think we're gonna get 2 dings in under an hour. I mean, we were already close to that last one, but we're still over 100% an hour. That's good. Naturally being boosted by an XP pot. Alright, where's everybody at? Dang, they're so far spread out. Like, come on, click that damn buff off. I'm using a, here I'll show you, a weird mouse. It's a vertical mouse. So you hold it like this. Definitely not a gamer mouse, that's for sure. And the mouse speed on it only goes so fast. I'm used to my normal mouse, which I can increase the speed really fast, but this one has like a limit. It's garbage. But like I told you guys, I've been playing Diablo a little bit. Well, I'm old, and fucks my wrist up badly. That's why I'm supposed to retire from Diablo and never play again, but I really like Diablo. And like I told you guys a million times already by now, it only lasts like 2 weeks to like a month, 6 weeks maybe, if you're really feeling it. You know, and that could happen like once every 4 months. You'll get like 2 to 6 weeks out of it. That's it. But just the gameplay, you know. And they actually have controller support now on this private server I play. They have controller support and they have WSAD support. But man, I've been playing Diablo since, you know, I don't know, since I was 14, 13. I've been playing Diablo 2. Diablo 2 came out when I was like 13. You know, I'm not going to fucking plug in a controller now. You know what I mean? Like, no shot. Although I changed it up to WSAD and I tried it out and I'm just like, I don't know, man. You know, I got 25 years of tendencies. I don't know if I can, I don't know. That's pretty cool though. And that would definitely fix my, I mean, if it came to that or quit, I don't know. I don't want to go there. But anyways, my wrist has been hurting real bad. So I got this mouse that I've owned for a while now. And if I get into Diablo, I bust this thing out. Because when I'm at work, I'm on a mouse a lot too. A mouse and keyboard at work a lot. And so I use the regular top-down mouse at work for 10 hours, if not more. And then when I come home and I want a game, you know, I've already used my wrist quite a bit. So I try to give it a different look, you know, like maybe my wrist, if it's sideways, you know, I'm straining a different part of my wrist, or I don't know, you know. Seems to work a little bit, I think. Ooh, another breastplate. We got these freaking bronze breastplates. What do you know about it? I don't know, we'll get rid of the scythe, I guess. Kind of want to just keep some bronze stuff. I don't know why. Might end up throwing it on a pet one day when I'm like, I'm going to spend all day grinding on my necro or something. Might throw a bronze set on the pet. I'll have to bracer somewhere on the body. Oh well, it's gone now. Yeah, work's still a shithole. Update you guys on my work. Last I told you, I've been talking about this for like a year now. We finally went through, you know, with the transition. I think it's been over a month now that we've been on the new software and everything. It's definitely been over, well, no, I don't know about definitely. Yeah, it's been over a month. But, yeah, it's still bad. Like, it's a lot better than it was. But we're getting a ton of help from our corporate office. They're flying people in, putting them in hotels, renting them cars, paying for their food, paying them overtime. paying us overtime. And we're just like keeping our head above water. Like that's what better is. We got to the point to where we're okay. But I mean, if you know, you stop flying employees in, you stop having the remote employees, they also have remote employees from all around the United States. You stop having them help. We're cutting corners that we're not supposed to be. You stop letting us cut those corners because, you know, they're like, all right, you can cut these corners for now because it's the greater of two evils. Like, you got to cut these corners, otherwise we're going to lose business. We've already lost business. But, you know, you got to stop the bleeding somehow. Okay, so cut these corners, cut those corners. We're sending in reinforcements, the cavalry, everything. You know, you start pulling these things out one by one. You start pulling out the live people. Then you remove some of the remote people. You start telling us we got to stop cutting these corners. It's just not, it's not sustainable. So I don't know what they're going to do. The answer is hire people. Are they going to do that? Probably not. In my experience, you just eventually lose enough business to where you don't have to hire anybody because you lost enough business. So now, okay, do we hire people or do we lose business? I don't know. What sounds like the best idea? Ask the guy who doesn't fucking actually work. Ask that guy. He'll tell you what the best idea is. He's the successful businessman, so he would know. I'm just the peon. Ready to work. So what do I know? Nothing. I know how to grind. That doesn't get you far in a lot of spaces. Oh, there's another one of those. Could have had two swords. Not really. It's lore. Doesn't look like we're going to make the 2 dings within the 1 hour. But it's going to be pretty damn close. Anyways, the corporation owns like a bunch of small pharmacies. And then they came and they bought us, and we're the largest pharmacy they have now. So they kind of, you know, we're not the first pharmacy they've bought and transitioned, but we're by far the largest. So I think they were in a little over their head, and like there's some things that don't work on this. There's some things that don't scale. They work small time, but as you scale larger, you can't continue to do things like the smaller guys do. You have to change it up. You have to think out the box. You just have to use different strategies. You can't just scale. Not all strategies scale with business. Anyways, and you know, I think they're learning that, maybe. I'm hoping they're learning that. Because if they're not learning that, we're kind of fucked. Anywho, I don't know. It's better than it was a month ago, but it's still tough. Alright, enough of that. Ooh. Sorry, guess running out of shit to talk about, so I resort back to freaking work because that's where I spend most of my time, and so that's most of the shit I got to talk about. I'm there all the time. Anybody? Oh, click this off and run. Got to redo our haste for the last 5 minutes of this potion. It's almost finals time. Can't wait. Game 1. Let's go. I don't really got a dog in the race or anything. But regardless, I just love basketball, so I will watch. So I got a little bit of, you know, I got some split feelings. I like underdogs. So I could root for the Pacers. They're the big time underdog. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Or I could say, you know, OKC's got like the MVP. They were the best team all year. And, you know, made the best team win. But I do like a good underdog story, and sometimes I don't mind the MVP being beaten, you know? Because they're the MVP, so they're expected to win. They're expected to, you know. Who killed that? That wasn't me. Was it? No. I would have looted it. Who do we got here? Oh, there's a bard in town. Osman. Was that you, Osman? We got 2 bards in town. We got Zip Jam, but it wasn't him. He's only 25. Not saying he couldn't do it, but I want to be efficient. Damn, at this point, we're just trying to get this ding before the potion wears out. I don't know. I don't want to pick for the NBA finals because I like to just sit back and watch and not be emotionally invested. That's why I do sports bets sometimes, but I don't like to bet. I don't like to watch the games I bet on, and then I don't bet often. I usually do like one big one. Go to Vegas, which it's like 4 hours away. Go to Vegas, you know, while I'm there, just do like one big bet. And then definitely don't like to bet on my favorite teams, like the Lakers. I don't want to bet on the Lakers. Because then, you know, you start rooting for weird shit. Like, no, oh, Lakers, you're beating them too hard. Like, no, like, slow down. And you're like, wait, what am I saying? And then they slow down and you're like, all right, cool. The game is closer. I'm going to win the bet. And then they end up losing. Or just something, you know, something stupid happens. I don't like it. Some people love it. You go to the sports books and the casinos and stuff, and those things are crazy. Bada bing ding. Bing bang boom. We are level 38. Pushing it. 2 more levels. Oh, is that green? Come on, bro. I'm behind the wall, dude. Okay. You want to die? We'll kill you, even though we can just feign you. Gonna get up on ad here. Probably sneak our way out to the front. Maybe kill another dog in the front. Oh. Both of those turned green. Weird. I feel like they were both dark blue when we came in. This guy. Ooh. Ooh. Anybody got a team in the race? I don't think too many of you care about basketball, but since it's the topic of the end of this video, any of y'all give a shit about it? You have, or one of your teams in there? I think most people I talk to about basketball, everybody's teams are out. Denver, the Lakers, the Knicks. They're all dead. They're all gone. Quick, anybody else? No? Let's give a shout out to the members for hanging out with us still. Still being dedicated. Much appreciated, boys. We got the old timers, Sendrith EQ, Lesla March, Eric Phalor Schaefer, One Up Carson, and Redo. They hold that cool, they're all Necromancer logo, like badges as they call them. But I feel like I try to make them cooler as time goes on, the longer you're a member. We then have the Red Hearts, Sir Funk, Zachary Johnson. Some of y'all have never said anything, too. Some of the members have never, like, maybe you have commented. I don't think so. You could change names and stuff. But some of y'all never said a word. Silent supporters. Appreciate you as much as anyone. We got the Black Hearts, Raptor Rack, Gavin Marsh, Arl86, Mike Parsons, Vincent, Vorge, Not That Kind of Bear, Jowls Chive, Lanix, Joshy Z. Joshy Z, you out there? You playing Diablo this season? Let me know. Sean Farrell, Fatastic Pat, Joe H, and then the newest of members, sporting that newbie badge, but getting close. Getting close. You're going to get at that red heart here soon. We got Holy Diver and Sigil GM. Thank all of you very much. You guys are real ones. I would cheers ya, but I'm lame and I got to wake up early for work. So it's past my caffeine time. I sound older and older every day, I swear. Anyways, we did it, boys. We got level 38. Digging on that eye patch. I will go to town. Like I'm running out. You know, I can only say this so many fucking times. I'm running out of space. I weigh 72 pounds. They're starting to beat the shit out of me. I gotta go to town. I gotta sneak through town here and make some sales. Hit up the bank. We'll make it happen. So next time. Yeah, next time. I will have my bags cleared and I will have my coin upped next time you see me. It will happen. You can hold me to that. I will see you in the next video.